you may as well have just jabbed an ice pick into my skull. That's what caffeine withdrawal headaches felt like. At least to me anyway. Maybe I'm a little bit dramatic, but it was no joke. You see, when my daughter was born in July, I refused to really back off of work as much as I had been doing. I figured, you know what? I'll go through 4 hours of sleep. I'll just have another cup of coffee, another 2, 3, 4 cups of coffee, and continue to power through. However, that obviously did not work. You see, caffeine, even though there are some benefits directly to caffeine and coffee consumption, it is still a drug, and it creates a stress response in your body. So if you're incredibly stressed out, you're having a lot of caffeine just to get through your day, and you're neglecting your sleep, and then finding that, you know what, you're anxious, you're cranky, and you're not getting any boost from that caffeine that you're having, then you should really pull back. The only problem is those headaches can be absolutely awful, as can knowing that maybe you're not quite as productive at work. So here are a couple things that I have used to conquer caffeine withdrawal. So now I am back to 1 cup of coffee per day and able to maximize my productivity without being hyped up on stimulants with the heart rate going like a hummingbird on meth, right? All right, so here are 2 things that I've done. Number 1, lion's mane. So lion's mane actually helps improve your focus, memory, and nerve health. This is actually a medicinal mushroom. So this is stimulant free, but something that I've been using. I've been drinking this with a greens drink each and every single morning and having a lot more focus without the necessary need for another stimulant like caffeine. So again, this is OM, this is lion's mane, good for memory, focus, and nerve health. Get my mushroom on. But when it comes to conquering the awful headaches that come with caffeine withdrawal, you have to understand why you're having caffeine withdrawal in the first place. And really, there are 2 main factors. Number 1, your brain is actually going to be expanding. You see, when you're on caffeine, on a stimulant, your brain tends to actually contract a little bit. So when you're not getting the caffeine that you're used to, your brain is actually expanding, causing pressure, and creating that headache. So really focusing on hydration, making sure that you're getting 20 ounces of water as soon as you wake up, and then trying to get your body weight in ounces in terms of drinking that much water per day. So I weigh about 180, 180 pounds. I'm looking to get upwards of 180 ounces of water when I'm getting rid of the caffeine, so I'm staying properly hydrated throughout the day. But then the biggest thing that I found has been L-Tyrosine. It's a little horse pill like this, about 500 milligrams. And this is important because L-Tyrosine is actually a precursor for dopamine production in the brain. You see, when you are having stimulants throughout the day, you're manipulating your neurotransmitter levels. And in some cases, your dopamine levels, basically, your dopamine is going to be that feel-good hormone, is going to be low. So you're going to be lethargic, you're going to be tired and cranky because your dopamine levels aren't necessarily there. And then if you have the caffeine withdrawal headache on top of that, you're not going to be in a good spot. So what I have found, and this is with the help of my good friend John Fox, would be taking L-Tyrosine when you're reducing your caffeine intake. So reducing caffeine intake, think about cutting out a cup of coffee each and every single week, and then having 500 milligrams of L-Tyrosine each and every single morning. And what this is going to do is help provide the basic structure for creating that dopamine in your brain so you don't have, absolutely no energy. And this is also going to be a light stimulant to help you improve memory and focus without being quite as harsh as adding more caffeine directly to your body. So, hey, the biggest thing to remember here is, coffee, it's excellent. There are a lot of health benefits to it. However, if you overdo anything, there are going to be problems. And I've experienced those problems firsthand, and I do not want you to have the same thing. As a result of actually pulling off the coffee and caffeine, tell you what, I've been actually able to have better focus, less anxiety later in the day, better sleep. And when it comes to being with my family, the things that really matter most to me, I have been in a much better mood. So if you have found some of the detrimental effects of caffeine and want to be able to pull back, all you need to do is say caffeine in the comments below, and I'll tell you a little bit more about this individual protocol that I have done that's made an absolutely huge game-changing effect on my life. All right, so if you're interested, let me know. If not, let me know how many cups of coffee you're drinking, and I can think back to how great those days were too. All right, hey, I hope you have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.